Are you serious? Are you serious, folks? It's raining milky water. It's raining milky water in Washington State. What? Are you serious? Well, here's what they say is going on. I want to thank my wife Heidi for getting this information to me, but people all over the area are still wondering what caused this unusual milky rain to come down Friday in Washington State. And it has caused a lot of flooding there too, raging waters flooding Washington State. Now this milky rain covered 200 miles. So it's not just a little isolated incident. This is an unbelievable phenomenon. Now, the National Weather Service in Pendleton, Washington, was busy trying to figure out what caused cars to look dirty and where this milky, ashy rain was coming from. It is deposited from the clouds. We did get some strong winds across the area. Some of it could have been lifted up into the clouds. Once it started to rain, it fell as this ash, milky white substance, said Mary Wisder. She's one of the NWS Science and Operations Officers. Now, Wisder also said that the phone calls and the Facebook questions at the National Weather Service in Pendleton Friday was non-stop. Her latest guess is whatever this material is, it could be coming from the South Central Oregon. We're going to see about maybe some of the wildfires that occurred last year in Oregon could have been hung up in the clouds. I'm not buying that, folks. I'm not buying that. Are you serious? Earlier today, Wister ruled out the Mexican volcanic ash because the upper level flow of the jet stream was coming from Hawaii and not Mexico. So this couldn't be from an active volcano. And folks, let me just say that a volcano erupted in Guatemala early this morning. Matter of fact, I have a report on that. Fire volcano, they call it. It closed the airports. It forces evacuations. This eruption in Guatemala, a so-called fire volcano, has closed an airport, forced evacuations of at least 100 people, as Guatemala's National Disaster Agency says the volcano known as Fuego Volcan erupted late yesterday afternoon, early into this morning, and threw ash 18,000 feet into the air. The smoke and the ash forced the Guatemala international airports to stop all traffic, as this was a very explosive volcano. Now, you know, Mike from around the world keeps talking about there is going to be increased in volcano eruptions, and we have seen it. Since the beginning of this year, there's been one volcano after another erupting and erupting powerfully around the world. And so there's no question there is an uptick in volcanic activity. We also know we have an uptick, serious uptick in amounts of asteroids going by the Earth. So that's not a question. Earthquakes seem to be increasing. There's a filament on the sun right now, which is unbelievable, which is a grave concern to NASA and some of the other observatories, for fear that huge sunspots could be formed and create massive solar eruptions with strong CMEs that could create catastrophic events on the tectonic plates here on the Earth. I'm just telling you that there is things happening. Now, we have Gil Brazard will be with us tonight live, and we'll be talking about, of course, Planet X, Nibiru, the dwarf star. He has done a ton of research, and when I say research, I'm not talking about just Google. I mean, he's been to China, spent 9 months looking at ancient records, went to Israel, looked at their historical recorded records by the rabbis and the Jewish historians, also in England and in Ireland and in Scotland. He's taken a look at these records that definitely confirm that something went by the Earth several different times, about every 330 some years, but that would vary. Depends on how close it would come by the sun as it was approaching the Earth. It would the gravitational pull would either slow it up or speed it down. So the years varied, and how close it came to the earth varied, and the effects on the earth varied. For instance, when it came by, we had Noah's flood. Another time came by, it was Joshua's longest day. Another time came by, it was Hezekiah's sundial going back 10 degrees. Okay, that's just 3 of them. In other words, every time there was major biblical events. Well, it's on its way again, apparently. Now, I'm not an expert in this. I don't know. I'm just trying to find out. I know what the Bible says. And we're in the beginning of sorrows. And I can't explain to you why it's raining milky rain in Washington State when there's no volcano close. And it can't be from forest fires from a year ago in Oregon. So what is it? And the winds came from Hawaii? Is this, I don't know anything about radiation, but let me ask you a question. Has this got anything to do with Fukushima? Or is this something that's coming from the sky? Is there something taking place? Is there dust particles that are falling? I need some answers. We need some answers. I can tell you one thing. Jesus Christ said he is the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus is the answer. He is the hope. And with him, I tell you right now that his love will cast out fear. You won't really worry about any of these things, but you do need to know what's going on and what time we live in. We need to get our families saved. We need to get saved. We need to get saved. All right. God bless. I'll see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. Sunday Night Live. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We're running out of time.